Hello everybody, it's Constance with meconstance.com. I am going to be doing a 4-part series summary on the book Crucial Conversations. I felt that I couldn't do it in one shot. This book has just so much valuable information that I'm going to try to dissect it and break it down for y'all as much as I can. Now, what is a crucial conversation? These are the conversations that we have when the stakes are really high. These are conversations that we're having at home, we're having amongst our friends, our colleagues, within our teams and our organizations. These are the type of conversations that, if not done properly, the consequences can be very severe. So today, I actually want to talk about the 4 elements of making a decision and how do you decide. So the first one is going to be on command. And if you want to follow with me, this is actually starting on page 180 of the book. So what is command? Command is a decision that you make without involving others. You have to be really careful with command though, because sometimes it can come off too authoritative, it can come up too demanding, but there's sometimes that those circumstances as leaders that we just have to make a decision. And when we have to make that decision, it's called command. And it's important, a couple of things to take into consideration if you're going to make a command decision. Do not pass these out like candy. Right? Don't just go around commanding your family, your teams, your friends to do what they have to do. Use this when you have a tight deadline, when you know ultimately that the decision that you have to make is going to be a hard one. Not a lot of people are going to agree with it necessarily, but it has to be done, right? So that's command. We're not going to do these kind of decisions every day, but very rarely when it's called for it. With command, it's important to not act as if you want somebody else's opinion if you've already made the decision. Owe them the courtesy to explain to them why you've already made that decision and why you're not necessarily open to discussion on it. With command though, I would encourage you to have some areas where you may be a little bit flexible. Is there a component of that decision where you think that, maybe I'll be a little bit flexible and a little bit reasonable? So that's the first type of decision, which is command. This is a decision type, remember, that we don't do every single day, but sometimes as leaders we need to make these tough decisions. The second one is consult. With consult, this is very collaborative. But you have to mean it, right? So if you're going to make a decision based on a group think or within your family, you have to really want the opinions of the other person. You really want to understand what the rest of the team has to say before you make that decision. Oftentimes, if you are actually trying to make a command decision, but you phrase it as a consult decision, it's going to come off very insincere, and the people that you're communicating with are going to be able to sense that this is really a command decision and you're kind of masking it as a consulting type decision, which is not a good thing. I love this type of decision making because it allows you to have shared responsibility, good or bad. So if the outcomes are good, you all share in it. If the outcomes are not so good, you all share in it. But you will get more people to actually go along with you in that decision if you consult and you hear what they have to say. You may not necessarily agree, but you allow them that platform to be able to discuss it. So that's consult. That's a second type of decision making. The third type is a vote. There's sometimes when the room is divided and you have to take a vote and the majority wins. The good thing about a vote though is that it's very clear, it's very black and white. But what you have to really be careful with when you're going with this type of decision is that you hear everybody out. Everybody has an opportunity to express themselves, good, bad, or indifferent. We want to make sure that we're being very respectful when it comes to vote, because by virtue with voting is that there are two sides to the story. But voting is very clear, and that sometimes when you can't make a decision that you just vote it out. The fourth type of decision is consensus. This is all where we agree. And so this type of decision probably takes the longest because it's a lot of talking, re-talking, brainstorming, tearing it apart, and then coming together. But consensus by virtue means that we all agree to move forward with a particular decision. Now we may have to dialogue and debate for a little bit, but ultimately we all agree to move forward. So it's important when we're having these crucial conversations that we decide what type of decision we're going to take. Are we going to do a command? Are we going to consult? Are we going to vote? Or are we going to have consensus? So I hope you learned something from these 4 points. I look forward to discussing other elements of this wonderful, wonderful book, Crucial Conversations. So subscribe on the link below, and I look forward to talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.